long-standing Purim tradition to have a Purim shpiel. A Purim shpiel is a parody, satire of sorts, performed by your peers, capturing the daily life of Ramaz. Please welcome the Ramaz Purim shpiel.
Please stop talking. You're being disrespectful.
Start over. Vlog's next. Whoa, Benji. What'd I do, man? What'd I do?
Anyway,
You see?
welcome to SFNC 2013. Thank you, Mr. Lindbergh, Mr. Prince, Mr. Goldstein, and Mr. Rappaport for representing the student body here today.
The kid's legit. He's legit.
Mr. Chino and Mr. Shpiel for accompanying us as well. As for the rest of the faculty, I believe they're outside at the refreshments table, where they congregate and remain. Anyway, thank you. Now for a brief message from our head of school, Mr. Shpiel.
The name is shpiel. We gather under the veil of the baby shell of our Lord and our Savior. To acknowledge that which must not be ignored under any circumstance, all of us here today under the same roof that Bambino once played and shed its crops in the fruits of all our labor. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear not inexplicably Prince Henry Williams ain't doing right if you ask me.
Also, I married Kate and Ashley.
The evil and decay our generation defines are dozens upon dozens of shades of grey. Now you must all elevate your minds and let's say amen. Good night. Now before I go, I'd like to take a moment and talk to our peers about some current events in the outer world we call the world. Let us first talk about the superfluous attempt by GoDaddy.com to create a hilarious commercial during the Super Bowl. In the advertisement, the acts of which are described in the well-known book 12 Shades of Grey make a person such as me, you, Mr. Vinhamo, who as a matter of fact is a cast of characters, and my best friend, Mr. Jakey, who I love dearly and superfluously uncomfortable. This point segues to my next topic of current events in our schools, such as the Sephardic Minyan, where I love meeting my fellow members of life to pray the prayerful prayers of davening or pleas, or spirituality, divinity, or concentration, or meditation, whatever you want to call it. But I call it spirituality because putting 2 feet together is immensely spiritual and meaningful. Anyways, I forgot what my point was, so I will leave you off with this message. Amen. Thank you all.
Mr. Shabib. I'm glad we could squeeze in a staff meeting into your very hectic schedules, Rabbi Stoshal and Rabbi Lawrence. I'm sure you guys are very busy, like, working on, like, what is it that you guys do?
Tuck, tuck, tuck. Take naps. Get them straight.
Well, it's just a pleasure to see you both in the same room at the same time. Before I ask you any more brainbusters, would either of you like to say any words?
Yes, I would. General, it's a pleasure to be in America, the land of the home of the free. Last night, after a cold bubble bath and a warm glass of dairy-free almond milk.
No, what are you talking about?
Anyway, we need to improve school spirit.
How about an academic-on?
Would that be more of a discussion of Canadian singers, or more of a spoon from Poland type thing?
Neither. You know what? I think the students will handle the school spirit.
So true. We are Ramaz.
That came out. Guys, let's take 5.
And now, an intermission. Please enjoy the musical stylings of Mr. Noam Kaplan.
Thank you. All right. We really need to discuss the usefulness of some of these senior classes.
What are you talking about?
Well, I just finished taking Rabbi Shimmel's class called "What Color Is Your Soul?" and Dr. Milowitz's class called "How to Read."
I'm really looking forward to that class. I've been preparing a lot. Yesterday I read Dr. Sauce's Hop on Top.
No, that Miller's class is called How to Read the New York Times. Miss Barr teaches how to read.
That actually sounds like a great class. I can't speak a lick of Hebrew.
Yeah, Hebrew sounds like a bit much when you start learning senior year. I think I'll just take Strugum instead.
Okay, so maybe learning how to read is more important than I thought, but what about Rabbi Weiser's mini course, Muslims and the Hachnasat Orchim Dilemma? There's Miss Rosen's teaching, just get out of my face and paint something. You silly.
That class is actually new. How's it going?
It's pretty bad. We'll stop calling me future Mussolini.
Look, I can offer you a considerable amount of donuts. And keep these complaints in the hush-hush hands.
We should probably just go with what the administration says, just put something on the Facebook wall. I mean, we can't really make any real changes. Trust me, I'm in the GO.
Is that really what the GO does?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time we just dress up, give out hot chocolate, and play Aaron Cole's music over the loudspeakers.
Make them clean, Phil. Get out of my school.
All right, we got a deal. Make sure they're filled with creme.
you, gentlemen. Mr. Rimber, grab dress code. All right, sir.
Let's face it, guys, the administration will never help us. Is there any other way that we can solve our problems?
I don't know.
Well, there is a way. And it's really quite simple.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
It's kind of like gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grass and that's the new delight. The motto's always been when it's right while waiting till the middle of a cold dark night. When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And you know the man is always gonna be there anyway. Looking forward to a little afternoon daylight. Rubbing sticks and stones together makes the sparks ignite. And the dawn of the year is like the sun. Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. You guys have it. Afternoon delight.
I don't know this. It sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah. Sounds like you're in LC or something.
Yeah, learning center, man.
Yeah, it really does, man.
Afternoon delight.
Gotta make a phone call.
Job is like was entirely unnecessary. Let's have a big round of applause for the purim shpiel. Thank you for proving my point again.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to be outdone, the faculty have also prepared a purim shpiel for you.
He's just sitting here. He's like, I thought he was joking. He said, I gotta go soon. I was like, what does that mean? I thought he was joking. Shut up.
Typical of Ramaz, maybe, the students prepared a lot more than we did. And we tried to prepare something. We tried to work in that teacher's room up there, which is not the greatest teacher's room. But that's right, hoot in disdain. But anyway, we tried to get our creativity going in there. Nobody really wanted to take the reins, you know. I wrote a song, nobody liked it. Mr. Deutsch wrote like a whole sitcom, nobody wanted to act it out. Yeah, we asked Dr. Gaylord to perform, he's like, I don't know what to do. We asked Lupinacci, he's like, I can go up there and do that. That's my Lupinacci. Anyway, so what we ended up with is a little skit that essentially pillories and makes fun of all of you.
Which more or less we do on a regular basis, so I'm not sure why we have to do it special, but it's good to do.
In this little skit, I'm the student, and Mr. Deutsch is going to play a history teacher.
So it's really a stretch because he's not really a student and I'm not really a teacher. So.
That's called acting. We can either do that or we can redo our scene from Much Ado About Nothing.
I am an ass.
So, why didn't I get an A? I did everything I was supposed to do.
Everything? You were supposed to write a 4-page paper on the origins of the English Civil War.
I did that,
It was only 3 pages long.
but it was a really good 3 pages.
The first page was a cover sheet with a picture.
But it was a really good picture that said a lot about my topic.
The picture was from the American Civil War.
Isn't that the same thing?
No, you also didn't use proper sources.
What was wrong with that?
You're supposed to use 3 pre-approved sources. You used 2 unapproved sources. One of them was Wikipedia.
When did you say we couldn't use Wikipedia?
On the first day of school, when I also told you the requirements are posted online. I said it every time an assignment came up. I specifically emailed you and told you you personally could use it when you asked me if it was acceptable. And then, when you still used it on your rough draft, I wrote, you may not use Wikipedia.
Well, what about my other source?
It was a bazooka bubblegum strip.
But I couldn't find any books.
Did you try the library?
I don't think they have one where I live.
Where do you live?
I live on the Upper East Side.
Yeah. They have one.
So, is that the only reason you won't change my grade?
Well, that and the fact you're in 11th grade and you're arguing about your 9th grade paper.
But my advisor says if I don't get my grade changed, I won't get into the college I want.
So you won't get into the college you want.
Don't you understand? I've got a penthouse on the Upper East Side, a summer house in the Hamptons, a penthouse on top of my summer house in the Hamptons. And while all my friends go to Miami for intercession, I go to Super Miami. Don't you understand? I won't get something I want. That's never happened to me before.
Take it from a high school teacher, you get used to it. Now, if you don't mind, I've got office supplies to steal. Good day.
Yeah.
He's playing another student.
So did he change your grade?
No,
Why?
he hates me.
One last thing. It's color!